Welcome to New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm your host, Matthew Bartkey. Today is Monday, March 4th, 2024. First, a quick note about this podcast. I want to express my sincerest thanks to all my listeners who follow along to stay informed on Second Amendment news, and to apologize for the issue we had over the previous week with ads being inserted into the feed. The significant number of listeners we have opened the channel to monetization. However, the amount of ads inserted by the podcast host roughly equaled the total length of content and was purely unacceptable. As a result, I contacted the host to ensure all ads were discontinued from the show and held new publications until the feed reflected it. The single most important purpose of this podcast is to ensure news relevant to our Second Amendment rights gets to you, the listeners, and will continue to make sure nothing gets in the way of that goal. Now, on to the news. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy unveiled his 2025 fiscal year budget proposal last week, which includes massive increases on fees related to nearly all Second Amendment activities. This after significantly raising a number of fees in 2022 with the passage of the Bruin Response Bill A4769. Murphy now seeks to increase fees an additional 200% or more. Proposals include raising the fee on firearms purchaser ID cards from $50 to $100, permits to purchase a handgun from $25 to $50, and permits to carry a handgun from $200 to $400. The governor also seeks to increase the fees at firearms dealers as well, including raising the fee to perform a background NICS check from $15 to $45, dealer employee or pink cards from $5 to $40, retail dealer licenses from $50 to $500, and manufacturer wholesaler licenses from $150 to $1,500. Governor Murphy has attempted to raise fees on the Second Amendment since he first took office, but had never achieved the goal through budget proposals, only succeeding by passing the sweeping Bruin Response Bill, which was challenged in federal court, including the fee increases, and is currently awaiting a decision from the Third Circuit. Also this week, Governor Murphy and Attorney General Matt Platkin announced the release of a report on microstamping, a technology used to imprint unique identifiers on ammunition casings when fired to provide a way to trace ammunition to a firearm. The report, released more than a year after its statutory deadline dictated by a law signed in July of 2022, finds the never-yet-implemented technology viable and allows New Jersey to open its microstamping roster. Similar to the now-defunct Smart Gun law, the Attorney General urges manufacturers to adopt the microstamping technology and apply for placement on the roster. The microstamping law dictates that once a firearm is available on the roster, it must be made available for sale at every firearms dealer in the state. Second Amendment advocates point out that the technology is imprecise and easily defeated by simply filing or replacing a firing pin, picking up casings from a scene, and in the case of revolvers, simply leaving with the cases still in the cylinder. A similar law from California that applied the requirement to all new firearms essentially prevented new firearms from being sold in the state for about a decade, but was ruled unconstitutional last year and is now on appeal. Oral arguments were held in the Supreme Court Wednesday in Cargill v. Garland, a challenge to the ATF bump stock ban from the Fifth Circuit. Government arguments centered on the rate of fire, while plaintiffs illustrated that per the statutory definitions in the law, a bump stock does not convert a semi-automatic firearm to a full auto, as there is still only one function per pull of the trigger, and that all firing actions are still manual and deliberate actions of the operator. The ATF enacted the bump stock ban in March of 2019 by unilateral rulemaking process in the wake of the Mandalay Bay shooting in Las Vegas, after previously being approved for use and in common circulation for nearly a decade. Lawmakers in Louisiana successfully passed constitutional carry in both chambers of the legislature and sent the bill for signature to the desk of Governor Landry on February 21st. Governor Landry is set to sign the bill tomorrow, March 5th at 10 a.m. Central Time. Louisiana will be the 28th state to pass constitutional carry. This is New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm Matthew Bartkey. Thanks for listening.